Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Morning. Can you tell I just recently got up? This video is going to cover some more information that has come to light at what happened yesterday, and also what's going on in Germany today. And also Bethany Frankel has come back on the scene. She has found her voice. No woman should be silenced, and she has found her voice, and she's got something to say, let me tell you. All right, let's just jump in with both feet and get there, okay? Let's go. We're starting off with more photos. Now, before we get into them, I just want to say to everybody, thank you for sending all of them, and don't get frustrated if I don't use your photo, because you would not believe the amount of stuff that comes in the mail every day. Okay, so we're starting off with this. This is a photo that was sent to me by one of my followers, Diane. This is located in the Duchy of Cornwall. Look how beautiful. Next up, we have some photos sent to me by my follower named Pat. These are photos from Australia, from her apartment balcony overlooking, I hope I say this right, the Yarra Ranges in Melbourne, Victoria. Aren't those just lovely? Next up, we have sunrises that were sent to me by a follower in Newcastle. Oh, just so gorgeous. And lastly, one of my followers, Sarah Sullivan, sent me this photo. She pulled it off of Instagram. I just think that's amazing. All right, let's jump in. We're going to start right off with the protesters that were outside the Young World Summit. They were loud, they were vocal, they were booed as they went in. One young lady was holding up the sign, that said FO. We know what that means. We're not going to say that on here. It was pretty strong. Maybe that's why Harry was so unhappy. Anyway, they didn't get a good welcome. They went in. Meghan gave her speech. We discussed this yesterday. The speech was all about her. Me, 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 me. She referenced herself like 57 times in her speeches. And it was all about her, and she tried to rewrite history again. One of her old friends said that she sounded like a decorative plaque. Those plaques you buy with the sayings inside of a TJ Maxx. I agree with that. Anyway, you can't be modest when you're only talking about yourself. Jessica Vine, absolutely. So here's what really gets interesting. You guys have written up and said maybe she was really into this. Maybe this had nothing to do with Netflix. Okay, I'm going to prove to you that that's untrue. Here we go. So here they are coming down the aisle. You can clearly see the crew in front of them. See that? People waving. Now remember, everybody you see in that audience paid £1,000 to be there just for that one day. Yeah. And then here they are going up the stairs. There's the film crew again watching them. Then they get to the top, and there's hugging and kissing and handshaking and hello, etc., etc. You guys see all that. Now, here's what the crew at the bottom is doing while that's going on. They've turned around and they're taping. And in case you didn't see it, there's the crew on the stage. This trip was strictly for Netflix content, okay? They were taping them and watching every word. And of course, we heard the whole me, me, me speech, because I don't know who's writing her stuff, but you guys know I love Australian news. Here's what they had to say. Just take a listen to this little snippet. It's a fabulous one.
Are you inspired, Caroline? Me, 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 I'm the future.
What absolute drivel. Honestly.
I'm out of time, but a quick response.
Oh, well, thank you for ruining my night. I'd managed to avoid watching that all day. I mean, she's just spectacularly indulgent and self-important.
I just find it.
Oh, go away.
People pay her to deliver a message like that.
You wanted privacy. Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a lot of people have taken that speech to task because, again, this is supposed to be all about equality, right? And gender equality. Yeah. Okay, so Great Britain News had a little thing, and here's what they had to say about this whole debacle. Listen to this.
And it was supposed to be about equality, this speech. And the irony that when Meghan Markle is supposed to be giving a speech on equality, the UK, you're seeing your third female prime minister. It's like, oh, we got it. We get this. But I didn't hear anything about equality whatsoever. I just heard Meghan talking about Meghan. There were so many different routes she could have taken, but it seems like she's so fixated on her brand and what people think about her and how to control the narrative that she misses huge opportunities to really be this change maker, this thought leader that both Harry and Meghan want us to think that they are.
Now, of course, people also took what she said to task because she got caught in another lie during her speech. I caught it. I'm very happy to report that the news people caught it as well. Listen to this.
But she constantly tries to change history and to change the narrative. She had a publicist and a manager that actually reached out to this company, Tom Bauer says, in 2014 and pitched her to them. But the way she explained it in her speech was that they reached out to her and she was just the girl from Suits. So it's amazing how she acts as if all of this just fell in her lap and people are, rushing to her because they see so much value in her, when the reality is Meghan is a hustler. She's always been a hustler. And, yesterday we saw that she continues to be a hustler.
Now, you guys saw this photo yesterday. I showed it to you. It's where Chris Shipp said that lots of the supporters were there. And it turns out it was just the Sussex squad crew that goes from place to place. And remember, I pointed out the girl in the right in the camo? Okay, there's a better shot of her. And Chris Shipp put this up. Well, there's Chris Shipp with her at the Invictus Games. Yeah. And there's Harry with her. So don't tell me they're not aware of the Sussex squad. All right. Now, with all of this, a little thing happened on Twitter that I'm going to bring to your attention. One of the Sussex squad put up this post, as you can see, making fun and body shaming some of the protesters that were there. And I'm not going to put her name on here. I'm not. But somebody on Twitter then started it the other way. These people are part of the Sussex squad, pointing out that some of the Sussex squad are not exactly in shape themselves, which is true, but we don't body shame people. We just don't. And let me tell you, the Sussex squad had words with that original poster. So I'm going to compliment Laura Drew, who is a Sussex squad member, who pointed out that there's plenty of Meghan fans over 60 and overweight. By all means, call out to Rangers, but don't mock their age or weight. Let's not stoop to their level. Way to go, Laura. But as you can see, the person that you're dealing with isn't exactly mentally all there. She continued to fight back, and eventually she put up a post where she said that she's turning off her comments because she's bored of sanctimonious people and comments. So people, let's not stoop to their level, okay? Moving on. Before we move on, remember I showed you this observation yesterday? Here's another one. Look at her hand. Moving on. Here's another little photo for everybody that said they had an amazing standing ovation the whole way down and everybody was on their feet. Yeah. All right, here we go. So the second the speech was over, and I mean the second it was over, they ran for the train station to leave. They didn't stick around. There they are. They were caught in the train station. They're headed to Germany. Now, I find it very interesting that the Invictus Games in Germany put up this photo where they're clearly being taped by a Netflix crew. Like, that's the best one you got? You've got to be kidding. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, apparently the Germans refused to give them any kind of police protection, although they have agreed to cordon off streets so they can just zip through to wherever it is they're going. Probably shouldn't say anything about the picture they chose because this would have been their other option for a recent photo. Or this one. My goodness. So I'm pretty sure they flew to Germany on another private jet. They get there and they're, I'm sure Harry was under orders, for the love of God, would you please smile this time? They've gotten bad pictures of you again. That would not surprise me at all. Now, Harry and Meghan arrived and they were met by Mayor Dr. Keller, the Secretary of State, Mueller, and, oh my God, Brigadier Marstaller and General Laubenthal. They're private citizens. They're not there in any military capacity. So could somebody explain to me why that happened? So there was a reception there. And at that time, Harry and Meghan were asked to sign the Golden Book, which is there. Yep. just like it was some sort of a royal thing. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Now, when they arrived, you see the photos. Remember I told you it's all about perspective, the way the photos are taken. They can make it look like there's so many people there and they were mobbed by the crowds and there they are greeting people like they're, again, like they're royals, right? And you're like, oh, look at all the people. Oh, it was so crowded. Well, there's a tall tower there and somebody climbed up the tower. There you go. That's actually what they had. Not kidding. And I have to agree with the person on Twitter who said that high-def photos from Meghan and Direct's son are not her friend. I agree. My goodness. Oof, wow. Now, while they were there, they decided to do a quote-unquote royal walkabout. Now, if anything, this was a mistake because as you're about to see in the small little clip I'm going to show you, it pretty much shows that there was almost nobody there. Like, literally. Just watch this. So as you can see, the articles have come out after seeing Harry's behavior in Germany. They're saying that playful Prince Harry has vanished and that he's very awkward as he stands next to Meghan. And I totally believe that. In case you guys didn't notice at the One World Young Summit, whatever, Meghan wasn't holding Harry's hand or gripping onto him because she wanted to be the center of attention, not him. You get it? Yeah, I feel bad for Harry. He's a shadow of who he once was. Then they went on a 13 million pound boat that took them along the Rhine to Duisburg and at the end of the Merkerspiel Sports Stadium where the event for the disabled military events will be held. All right, you guys, I'm going to stop about Meghan and Harry for today right here. What we are going to turn our attention back to is Bethany Frankel. You guys know she started that Be Strong, where she gives 100% of her donations to, to help other people. She started that whole thing. And she had something else to say on TikTok, which I thought was super important. So here you go.
So I'm thinking about this Meghan Markle shit show. She could fuck up a wet dream. And maybe I'll be canceled because I'm saying this. Maybe this is not the forum and maybe my podcast is. But I just think we have to be able to say something without getting beaten down. She is a terrible, terrible business person, strategist. She's playing checkers, not chess. Because she is overplaying her hand and she is painting herself into a corner, becoming a woman without a country. She got out of something that was a terrible situation for her and she really is fucking it up. And I remember talking about this before the Oprah interview and getting death threats and losing major deals and having many A-list people text me that they agree with me secretly, but then friends of hers text me, please take down what you said. I mean, she's a polarizing person, don't get it twisted. But I made a personal choice to not be terrified and not talk because I'm scared of what happened last time. If there's something I'm feeling inside, I'm going to say it, but maybe I have to say it differently. I also have to really tell you, it was horrible getting beaten down and trolled for saying something that I read back and thought, is it that bad what I said? And then you do the apology and it's not the right apology for everyone. I mean, it was brutal. I'm not going to lie. It would have been so easy to just not say anything. That's something that you think. And now everyone's thinking that she's a liar. And now, the tides turn. And it does tell all of us timing is everything because it's really like Meghan, we learn a lot about. It may not be the message, it's the messenger, the way things are being messaged. And she is just really not a good business strategist. She is not listening to smart people. Unfortunately, she's not married to someone who can help her navigate this because it doesn't seem like she listens to him. And he may not even have any input. He could be Fredo or Sonny from The Godfather, as I discuss on my podcast, because he, in his own life, has made some bad choices. It's not a great combination. In the words of the wise prophet, Khloe Kardashian, if you're not the smartest person in the room, go to
So
another
that,
room.
ladies and gentlemen, explains how they're controlling the narrative. They're having people text and call each other. So don't say anything. Don't say anything. And if you say something, you could be blacklisted. But what I like is the fact that this young lady is not letting anybody threaten her. She's going to say her piece. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've had lots of people asking how Finn is doing in the new temporary housing that we're in, and I have some little video for you. Here you go. I'm just checking on you. Are you napping? Are we napping? Okay, go back to sleep. Yes, go back to sleep, baby. So as you can see, you guys, he's doing okay. We're getting there with him. All right, don't worry. I have it all under control. So leave those comments below because you know how much I love reading them and I definitely want to see them all, okay? Don't forget to double check if you've already hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that button. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. For those of you who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.